Is it working? Hey y'all, yay, cool. My little brother was so sweet. He got me a little like extension cord to use back here because my service has been going out. Like, it's like, what a sweet 18-year-old boy. Like, who does that?
Yeah, bud.
Not an 18-year-old dude does not do that. So I had to transfer over to that because he was like, you need this. And I was like, I know. So bad. But Mallory, your accent, I couldn't get over that today. I was like, this is the Mallory I know.
That's what happens when people get to know me. Like, I let my guard down or I'm hammered. So it's one of two things. It's either I'm comfortable around you or I'm really drunk. And that's when it comes out.
It's like neither of those. That's awesome. His wife was like, this is great.
Yeah, it's been really thick lately. It's definitely Jamie and Mandy's fault, though. Like, it's always been there, but the longer I know them, the thicker it gets.
Mine's the same way. If I'm drunk, really mad about something, or around my family, it gets thicker. Which I was around them last weekend, and I will be this weekend too. So it's like all of it.
The family thing, man.
Mm-hmm.
It's real. I say y'all still, and Dad's like, he's like, you act like you're from Kentucky. It's like, we are. We are. Yeah. Oh my gosh, guys. Okay. Dina, hey babe.
Hi.
Hey you. All right, guys. So there's so much stuff. So I'm just gonna throw things out, and I hope we can just make this a big conversation. Because personally, this kind of happened the other day. I love it. Dina had this idea with Jesse. They met this wonderful dude. They were gonna have a team call, and she was so sweet. She was like, I just wanted to check to see if that was okay. And I was like, girl, yes. You are a leader in this tribe. You know what I mean? You're Emerald above. You are one of the leading ladies in this group. I want you to be able to feel comfortable just to do it. And then just obviously let us know so I can just put it on the calendar, for one. And then two, support you so we can message our personal coaches too. So I think that that's kind of why I was I feel like we have a lot of stuff because I wanted to really talk with you guys about your personal teams and building your own and how you're building your teams. And most importantly, the biggest thing that I keep saying for any company ever is when we bring on new coaches, either if they're discount or if they're active, making a plan on how to basically have them get to Emerald within their first month and a half. How can they hit that benchmark in their business quickly so they feel a win, they feel like they're helping people. We all have that win in our business. And on top of that, you all, when you have your coaches hit Success Club in the first month and a half, any Success Club point, just even one Success Club point. So anything on an HD order, when you hit Diamond, that's how you gain elite points. For you personally, this isn't elite points come from your direct coaches. So as you all bring on these new coaches, since everyone in here, the goal is, your goal is to get to Diamond and above. Personally, I think we all need to put our heads at, we need to get to 2-star Diamond, because once we get to 2-star, that means we can build our third business center, which means we have even more control of our income. But with that, to grow and to advance our business more quickly, and for you all to be sitting on the floor in those elite rows at Summit, to just gain easy, fun points that just makes this business more fun as we see our people come in. How can we have them hit Emerald within the first month and a half? Some people get it and some people don't, it's how can we, that's one topic that I really wanted to discuss with all of you, because you're growing and we're building. And I know with Nikki, and we're going to have this, Mallory and I are going to have this call with Nikki and the other Diamonds in her crew tomorrow night. But I know that Nikki's freaking out right now because she has not been working on the team bonding as much with her crew. And she hasn't had like a diamond in her crew in like over a year because she like hasn't been developing those emeralds and like working with people side by side. And she's been leaning into me a little bit, like what's going on? I was like, I don't know what we're doing, but we're doing it, you know, like we're doing something awesome. Leslie, did I just see a finger? I just saw this like finger going into the screen.
Yeah, that was my husband. He's like, what are you doing? Oh.
Hi, hubby. So I wanted to hi. So I wanted to talk with you guys. You all are the leaders in this group. You're making shit happen and you're building your emerald and above. You're showing up every single day. You're being consistent with your journeys. Like you guys, like your funnels are going to explode come January with the consistency that all of us are putting in. Like it's going to happen, and I want us to be prepared, especially because all of a sudden you guys are going to like hit diamond, and I want you all to have something in place to help your new people get to emerald quickly, because it's just going to happen and it's going to be a lot and it's going to be kind of stressful. I know, because that's when that happened to me, I was like, there's 50 other things I have to like think about now. And like now I have a team, like, and it's not just because like the diamond, all of a sudden you're a team, but like, I think when it hit me was when I had like 20 coaches and I was like, Mallory, like, we need help. Like, we need help. So, and I think the last thing, like Mallory and I talked about, don't want the Fit Life tribe to begin to feel like beatnik, where it's just not community, not like, I don't know, like I just feel like there's no friendship there. There's no like talking about bullshit there. There's like, I don't know, there's not that. And you guys being the leaders, you know, and Jordan, I'm so happy you're here. Welcome to the leader call, by the way. Thank you for being here. But I really want us to figure out how to put something in place for all of us individually so we can still stay a community, because you guys are going to blow the fuck up by January. So I don't know. I just kind of wanted to like, that's my main thing that I wanted to talk about and figure out like in accordance with the calendar per month in Success Club, and changing like discount coaches into not necessarily active coaches, but more influential social media emeralds, you know? Like we don't have to have them like go for diamond, like that's our goal, but at least like have them get that first win, have them get that first like little step in their business, just to see that it is possible. And some people will take that and run, you know, but we got to get them to that first step. So I don't know, you guys have any thoughts or ideas, or I don't know.
So I think for the first time in the existence of our tribe, we have a system in place. Like there's the training group, there's the social media training group, there's the checklist. If they plug into those two groups and they follow that checklist and they're consistent with it and they plug into the tribe every day, it's going to be impossible for new coaches to fail. Impossible for new coaches not to hit emerald in their first month and a half. This is the first time in 2 years that we've had like clear instructions for a new coach to do. So I don't see how it's not going to happen.
I know, but people aren't that.
I know, like my coach Megan, so she's very good on social media. She was good before she even joined us a couple months ago, or a month ago. And her biggest, it's like she literally has asked her family, she's asked her friends, and they all do not. And that's where like I had a strength, was my husband signed up and my 2 best friends signed up as coaches. Like, it was just like, bam, done. But where with her, it's like she's tried and tried. So now she doesn't know what to do to get to Emerald that quickly, because she's new to Beachbody. So people are like, wait, what are you doing? Because she was doing BBG. So it's just like, I don't know, that she's struggling, and I'm trying to help her so hard, but because she wants it. She really does.
That's cool that she wants it. And then Catherine posted a video on how she got to Emerald without having her spouse or a friend, which I thought was a badass video, and that needs to be in our trainings, actually.
Yeah, that would be awesome.
Yeah. I love Megan, by the way. She's awesome. I wish she was here. I wish she was on this call. Like with Amanda, I know that she came on to our Emerald call last month. Like the Push to Emerald call, or like what's up, like what is an influencer? And after she got on the call, she was like, yeah, why don't I just sign up my significant other, and then I'll ask my friend, and I'll just get to Emerald. Like, so it's just a matter of her like just hopping on that call, you know? So I know Mallory had mentioned like sending like actual like physical invites to like discount coaches, like, onboarding and like onboarding 3 new coaches or 2 to 3 new coaches, or in the very beginning of the month, which means they have that month and the whole next month to hit Success Club in order to start their 3-month journey to get a summit ticket. So once we onboard them those first few weeks, probably as discount coaches, do we want to send them a physical invitation to be like, hey, we think you're a leader. We would like for you to jump on to our Push to Emerald call, or our Push to Leadership call, or like a physical invite. Like, I just thought that was such a cool idea. Like if I was, I don't know, a part of that, or if I got an invite, like a physical invite, to be like, hell yeah, I'm going to go. I don't know what's about to happen, but yeah, I'm going to go. And then does that mean, do we change the Push to Emerald call at the end of the month now, so they can be ready to go into their last month, the next month prepared, and then we change this leadership call to the first of the month instead. Like those are all things that are like going through my head on if like now that we have a system, like the first 10 days, if we onboard these new coaches, hype it up, we all hit Emerald, we don't have to worry about inviting a single damn person for the rest of the month. Our work is done now. It's about like leaning into them and building.
Great idea. Switching the weeks.
Should we do that? Does that give us enough time for like bringing in new coaches in the beginning, having them start a new program, having them go through that first week, and then like getting an invite towards the end of that week?
Yeah, I think especially now that we have this huge group going, and I think people are getting really hyped up about it. Like I see some of my girls like are just kind of watching, and I'll check in with them, and they say they're doing everything, but they don't want to post. I'm like, fine. But I see some of my other girls like jumping in and doing all the things, and I'm like, these girls, you know what I mean? So I think that's probably a good idea to do like a physical invite to the people that we see that are like super amped up on it, and just see where they go from there, because I think that the group is really pumping everybody up. I think everybody's seeing all of us, being excited about it is getting them excited. Like,
yeah.
I was just joining on to work out, and I see this community, and I see everybody like doing it, and like it's exciting.
I agree. I think this tribe-wide group has been so good.
Awesome, yeah. For sure.
Oh, it's been so fun. It's been fun. So what does that mean? Like, what are, like, I need to physically write this down, I guess, right? Like, like, what is it, like, our invite look like? Like, does that make sense to everybody? Like, does that make anyone nervous? Does that, like, I don't want to, like, definitely do something because a few of us are like, hell yeah, let's do it. You know what I mean? Like, what is everyone thinking?
I'm down to go with the flow. Whatever, you know.
Yeah.
Okay.
What are we exactly inviting them to?
You know that like push to Emerald call? You know how like in the very like the
Part, I guess.
like the push, like the call where we talk about becoming an online influencer and business builder. That second call that we have of the month, that second Tuesday of the month, where it's on the calendar, like the first Tuesday is tribe, like set the intention, and then the second Tuesday is like push to leadership, and then this one is, you know, the leadership call.
Could we maybe do one that kind of transitions from somebody who felt like they were just doing this for like the discount, like the VIP Lift 4 group, to like, hey, maybe I can do it as a business, like maybe a little transition one between like just doing it as a discount and then like, hey, let's be an Emerald, you know what I mean? Like maybe just a little bridge group call type thing. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
First call?
What's that?
So like the first call of the month where we're kind of just like, it's tribe wide, anybody and everybody's welcome to it. And we just kind of share what we are.
Yeah, like maybe that's what we could like invite some of like the people that just kind of started out as like a discount. Am I making sense?
Oh yeah, do we maybe want to send an invitation to that one? Like a physical invitation to that?
Yeah, I think that's what I'm talking about. That way, like, it's not just like, you know what I mean? It's not like coming at them full force. It's like, hey, like, I think you're doing amazing. Like, would you want to sit in on this call we're having where we kind of talk about how?
That's a great idea.
Yes, exactly. That would be, I think that's exactly, I would love to do that. But it's like, should we, like, if since we had all of these new people come on at the beginning of this month, do we need to have that call, like, the first of the month instead of the tribe-wide call the first of the month? Do we need to, like, reevaluate and now have this, like, push to influencer call the first of the month?
Maybe because that's coming up soon, like, while it's still all, like, fresh and exciting.
Yeah. Like, hey, we want you to come to Summit with us and you can get your ticket for free. Hop on this call with us and we can tell you how to do it.
Yeah.
Would that replace the tribe-wide call?
It would switch it somehow.
Yeah, maybe do tribe-wide call at the end of the month. So people who joined us at the beginning have gotten a couple weeks into their program. They come into this week, they get it. I think Dina had a good idea of sending a physical invite to that call as well. They get that invite and they're like, oh, they want me to be a part of this thing. They hop on that and see what we're about. And then if we want to get them again with a physical invite, we give them a physical invite to the week 2 call, or excuse me, the week 1 call of Push to Emerald. And then we have, I know week 3 is supposed to be downtime, but maybe week 3 is our leadership call.
That's good. Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't want it to be like overwhelming. Like if they like just joined us to work out and then like if they've never heard of Summit, don't know what an Emerald is, I don't want it to be like, hey, I want you to do this, you know what I mean? And then be like, you know, I don't want to scare them. I want them to like, oh, okay, more than just a working out side. There's like the working side, which is cool. You know what I mean? Yeah.
So like the whole, like I'm thinking about reaching out to a few of my coaches like, hey dude, like you should really come to Summit with us. And I know a few of them have asked me like, what is Summit? And that's where I'm like, I need to get this video done of all of the footage that we have from our Summit. So I can just send them a little link of all of us being like, here's our Summit. you know, it's like 30 seconds to a minute. Like, here's our summit with, you know, some videos of the actual like Beachbody summit. Make it look like we took some of the footage and send that to him and be like, that'd be so fun. You come, you get a ticket for free. Like, is that something you want to do? You know, I think that maybe the Dina, the call that you're talking about, like inviting the coaches to the Lift 4 group, I don't think, nor do I know about any other, like, a lot of activity going on outside of that. So the call for just like some of the discount coaches who are stepping up in the Lift 4 group, I feel like they would be mostly the only ones who would be invited to this Push to Emerald group anyways. You know, so I don't feel like we need to have 2 calls. I feel like we could just have 1. And if there's a few other like breakaways from other coaches who have had other challenge groups, they can just hop into our call. If that makes sense. I just don't want too many calls. Like you said, like you don't want it to be overwhelming.
I don't think we need to change the number of calls. I think the number of calls we have is good. I don't think we need to add in a call, but just maybe invite people to what's currently the week 1 tribe-wide call.
Right, like maybe just down like the tone of one of them, just so it's, does that make, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't want to add calls either, but I mean like just so it's more like starter friendly.
Yeah. Well, you know, so since the first week technically, or like the first 10 days technically, like we're bringing in new tribe members, should we have our tribe-wide call the second week because of everyone that we're onboarding from the first week? They'll be around for the second week, and there'll be a call for, you know, tribe-wide call the second week. Or do we do it at the end? I guess, like, do we do like Emerald call the very beginning of the month, leadership call second week, and then tribe-wide call end of the month?
I think.
Are you guys still there? I can't hear anything.
A second.
I like the idea of tribe-wide first.
I was waiting for Mallory.
Okay.
What's that?
I like the idea of the tribe-wide one first.
Like the very first of the month?
No, that like the second week, so you could bring in newbies, like welcome, unity kind of thing.
Yeah.
Then arrange the rest, like amping up.
Yeah.
And then the last call of the month is like this. Like push to diamond, push to ruby kind of stuff.
Okay. So this one will turn into a push to emerald call, basically.
Is this the 3rd week? No,
Yes.
this is 4th week.
This is the 4th week.
I don't know.
Yes.
I think what Ashley's saying is keep them in the order that they're in, but instead of having week 3 off, have week 1 off. Is that what you're saying?
I don't know.
I know, right? I was like, that's why we need this call, because like I can't figure out what to do with this, because like the most important thing is how do we get, you know, if we get 2-3 new coaches at the beginning of every single month for the first 15 days, right? So typically the first 15 days is going to take up the first 2 weeks of the month. So does that mean that, to me, if I guess that means like if we're missing the first two weeks of the month, then it just, to me, it sounds like we need to have our leader call at the very beginning of the month. just because it's so early on and any newbies aren't going to be able to get on that call anyways with us.
So leader first week, newbie second week, emerald fourth week.
Yeah. Question mark.
That makes sense.
I think that makes sense.
That makes sense because in the first week, what was that? The first week, then we can, all the leaders can kind of get together, get like a plan. And then the second week, bring in some newbies. Third week, maybe push some of the newbies to emerald.
We work quick.
Okay.
Does that make, yeah, I like that.
Okay.
That makes sense.
Yeah, because I feel like right now, even though this is the leadership call, I feel like we're all still trying to like scramble to close things out, you know? And it's kind of like taking up some like mental space. So yeah, the very first of the month, I mean, that sounds awesome for our leader call. Like, I would love to see you guys at the beginning of the month and like all of us just be like, goals, let's go, you know?
Yeah.
Okay. Leadership call, and then Mal, did you guys all say
What was the third?
what's that? Did I miss something?
What was the third and fourth?
Third, so as of right now, we have like the third week is off. And it's for like if we want to host any other calls, it's for like an opportunity to breathe in case like we've just been going ham the first 2 weeks of like getting and hitting success and like, just kind of like sleeping and personal development, and you know what I mean, like giving yourself time to breathe in that third week. And then the fourth week is either the tribe white call or the emerald call. It sounds like the emerald call is the last. Okay.
Leader, tribe, off, emerald.
Yeah, like you know how in our society we all like live for the weekend, like we work hard Monday through Friday and then we live for the weekend, and that's like the cycle. Well, like we all have to, I feel like, take our minds and think of this business differently. Like we have to think of our minds and how we handle our business. And I'm working the first 10 to 15 days of this business, and the last 10 to 15 days I'm off. And I'm just making connections, growing my mind and my own body, and I'm focusing on myself. You know, it's very different from the Monday to Friday grind, but that's like the freedom we have with this. Like, you know, you kill it the first 10 to 15 days, and then the next 10, 15 days, whatever, you know, we have the opportunity to just be like, I'm just going to sit back and take photos and make graphics.
It's funny you're saying that because, like, obviously, like, I was, like, killing it, like, the first part of this month, and then, like, this weekend, Trevor and I, like, last minute went off to the Keys, and I was just kind of, like, F everything and everyone. Like, I'm just doing me for, like, 3 days, and it was so funny because I was, like, still posting, I was still doing stuff, I still ate good, I still did my workouts, and I still posted, but, like, I wasn't, like, focused on everything like I usually am. And like we were sitting at lunch and I was like, I just got 15 new followers like just sitting here. And I was like, that's so weird. like
Wow.
Nobody follows me when I'm like, everybody look at me. I was like, but I'm just like doing me, and like people are like, oh cool, like messaging me and stuff. I was like, I don't know, it was cool.
That's cool.
That is awesome. Yeah, like,
you focus so much on it, and then like when you finally like just take a moment back and do your thing is when I don't know, brain's still fried. I'm so tired.
yeah, dude, it's the third week, man, and like not to mention like with all these lunar eclipses going on and all these retrogrades, like fuck that.
But nuts.
Second, hey Jordan. Okay, so connection. First is going to be leadership. Second is the tribe-wide call. Third is free. 4th is Emerald. So the reason the tribe-wide one is for like any newbies who we're just like, hey, welcome, we're normal. We just need you to show up. Yeah. 3rd is free because like what Dina just said, like exhaustion is real after like the first 15 days, and you have an opportunity to do you and be on your little hiatus and be grateful and build relationships and get back to you. And then 4th week is like recharging. This week is recharging and getting back to us, you know? And then back again, 1st week, then the new month is crushing it, inviting, hitting Success Club like the first 15 days. So no one has to stress. So I guess since if we're doing a leader call or a push to Emerald, like, hey, you're invited. And these are going to be discount coaches because from every single top coach, from Carl, from Nikki, from all of these other top coaches and the actual corporate office, they're like majority of people who stick in this business and are the people that you don't expect to stick in the business, obviously. Like there are people that come into this as discount coaches and then they figure out the business and they crush it. So when, you know, we got to listen to those signs. Like these are people who are doing it. We have to listen to what they're saying. We have to be coachable ourselves, and we have to listen to what these people are already doing. And all of them are saying, you know, we got to get them that first win, their first month and a half. Big discount coaches are the ones that are going to be the ones that are going to build this business. So like us looking for active coaches are great, but it's going to be 20 times more energy than just bringing on fun discount coaches and letting them know about the Emerald opportunity. You know, it's going to be more energy spread out over time, but it's going to be less energy overall. And that's what's working. That is what's proven to work. That's what's still working. That's what's worked from day one. And I think we need to really listen to our ancestors in this business, and they're all saying that that's the thing. So, you know, us figuring this out by like having this, you know, push, what is Emerald, pushing the Emerald at the end of this, at the end of every month. When should we send out cards to our people? Like, should we send them out the beginning of the 3rd week? You know, like, you know what I mean? Like a lot of organization.
Yeah, beginning of the 3rd week. That way it has a couple days in the mail to get there, depending where in the world they are. And then if they get it by that weekend, they can, you know, message you, or you can message them like, hey, did you get a little note from me in the mail? And follow up with them and see what they thought of it. And then they have a couple days to talk about it, and then get on Tuesday.
Cool. So basically like letters in the mail by Monday, 3rd week, to our discounts. And you know what, guys, even if they're discounts from prior months and they're still just enjoying themselves in the group, and you still like, you enjoy them and you want them to like start offsetting their cost of Shaco and you just enjoy them as a person, doing this is still an option. Like we can still let them know like, hey, you know, even if you do hit Success Club your next 3 months, that's your ticket to Summit, you know, to come in and hang out with us. So it doesn't have to just be like, obviously we want these people to have their quick wins in this business for all like more than 5 different reasons. But on top of that, like if we have any of those discount coaches where we're like, damn, I just need one more Emerald, like Catherine, she's literally 1 Emerald away from hitting Diamond. And it's like, she just needs that like one thing, you know what I mean? It's like, how can we do that for our people? So letters, I guess, the Monday. So I can also put that on the calendar to remind us. We'll have that push to Emerald call on that Tuesday, which is cool. And then I'll really try and get that like quick Summit video done I don't know if you guys saw it. I literally just posted it today, but the welcome video in our trainings, I said, like, before we get started, let me introduce you to the team. And I kind of took little funny blurbs from all of you guys and put it on that video. So it's kind of funny, but because you guys are hilarious. But so like I want to do something like that for like What is Summit with, you know, with the Fit Life Tribe. So I'll try and get that done. But specifically for next month with our lift group, what do we want to do with those people? Because their month is going to come up. Their first month is going to come up, you know?
I really, really, really like Dina's idea of inviting to the tribe-wide call as well as the Emerald call. I really like it.
Cool.
So I think personally, I will be inviting to that.
In our tribe-wide call, though, do we talk about pushing to Emerald? Like, I would hope that everyone should show up to the tribe-wide call.
Well, I don't.
I know.
There's not 130 people on there, so.
Well, since we have our leadership call now, do we want to do 2 push to Emeralds next month? And then we'll just get back to the normal track the following? I know, right? Like the first, like as of right now, we'll have, with how this goes, if we're going to be doing leadership calls the first week of the month, we'll be seeing, next week is the 31st, and then the following is the 7th. So, which means like we're going to have leadership calls like back to back to back, which, I mean, we can keep it leadership calls to get more prepared for the rest of the year, or we can, I don't know, just a thought. Or we could at that tribe-wide call, like, talk about Emerald. And just,
I guess what, I'm sorry, I guess what I'm thinking is just with like the people that are just in it for the discount, just to like ease them into the whole thing if they've never even thought about working it yet. It's just because like I don't have any active coaches. I have 8 discount coaches, but nobody working it yet. So I don't want to like scare them off, but I also want them to get like educated, I guess, on how everything works and how they can use it to not only like for their self, but also to make money, or to use it as a business, start doing it as
cool.
As a side.
No,
so I just don't want it to be, I just don't want it to be like overwhelming, because I haven't like actively like tried to get, well I have, but like, you know, I haven't actively like tried to give everybody like all the information without it being overwhelming, or just putting them in like, Nikki's groups, you know what I mean, where it's like what's coaching about, like just kind of something to ease them in where it's like comfortable, but they also can see like, oh, this is fun, but it can also be
yeah. No, I love that. And I think maybe we'll just do a little like snippet of it in like the tribe-wide call then. Like, you know, if you're interested in coming to Summit for free, or you want to know a little bit more about like how to offset your cost of this, like join us in 2 weeks.
Yes.
Yeah. And then I can just message to like my people that I think would be amazing, and then they can hopefully join us. That would be cool.
Cool. Yeah, because then if they say that, yes, I want in on 2 weeks, then we'll know, like, we don't have to send them a letter on Monday and that they're already like in. Cool. That sounds like an awesome calendar. Sweet. Thank you guys. Does everyone feel more comfortable with that? Like more of a system? Because once you guys hit diamond, like whenever your coaches hit Success Club the first full month that they are on board, and you also hit Success Club, you get double the points.
So every coach, no matter what your rank is, starts earning elite points January 1. Every coach.
Yeah.
You just don't know. You just don't get access to knowing what your points are in the back office until you hit diamond.
Mm-hmm.
So January 1, you start earning those bad boys. So don't think that just because you're not diamond yet, that you can't be elite at the end of the year, because you can.
Yeah. Quick. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, this shit's gonna start rolling, guys. Like, right now, with whatever the universe is doing, all this retrograde, you know, like those like little toys that are like spinning, and then you let them go, and then they just like zoom off. Like, that's what's happening. We're all sitting here like consistent. We're exhausted and we're tired and we're still working out, we're still going, and all of a sudden it's just going to be like, we're all just going to hit this ground together, and it's just going to go. So I know for myself that I will be stressed when that happens, and I want to make sure that you guys are good, because I don't want anyone to feel like they don't have a coach that they can go to during the time when you guys are going to hit the ground running, because it's going to happen. You know? Cool. I'm so happy we have that. At least like some, like a routine, a schedule. We know what we got to do for the month. I know that Ashley was talking about doing a happiness challenge. So like, this is an opportunity for, it's 9/17. Okay. So I know that Ashley, we're sitting in Summit, we're at the happiness seminar, and she was like, I want to do happiness wide, like tribe-wide challenge. So that's why the weeks 5th and 6th week and the lift group are open still. She's still figuring that out. But it's also, we did it for an opportunity for the coaches in our groups who aren't getting challenge packs to invite people where they just have to get Energize, a 10-day sampler of Energize, and just invite friends in order to get into this group. Just get your Energize. Mary and I might be doing booty yoga in the mornings, like just 10 minutes, and then there's like a little happiness project to do during the day. So like something like, not only are we doing like these awesome launch Fit Life Tribe groups, but now there's like this other like free group that we might be doing as well for the tribe every month or two, so something can be set in place. Like I was also talking to Joelle, like she was like, we could do like moon stuff, and you know, like doing like a 5-day moon like cleanse, or you know, with teas and everything like that, and learning about that. And you know, everyone has to get a 7-day sampler packet of Shaco in order to join us. You know, like the smaller things that, 1, will help the volume, 2, will get us working with new clients, 3, helping our new coaches have that win in their business if they're feeling defeated with not hitting Success Club. So having that is in the future somewhere. And if you guys have any ideas or thoughts on wanting to run a group, let's do it. Let's talk about it. I'm sure all of us would be more than happy to like jump on and help.
Are you talking about also, I know like you've kind of said, so you welcome to coaching, kind of see the background in coaching. Do you ever do any of those, or is it just like Beatnik doing those?
I was thinking about doing those, like maybe on my 3rd week, like where that week 3 is off, because that is something that is just easy to talk about, and I wouldn't mind grabbing a glass of wine and just talking, like all of us talking, and maybe like capping it at only like 10 or 15 people, so it's exclusive and it's not just like this massive Facebook group.
Yeah, because I've been thinking about that. I think that's a good way to like see who's interested, like in coaching, whether they've already been with us or they're just off of social media and they haven't been in a challenge group of ours or whatever. But I don't know if it works, but I've just seen it around and I didn't know how true it was, you know, where maybe all this 7 people, you know, go live each day, or maybe 2 people a day, and just tell their story and what Beachbody does for them, and it's not just about working out, and it's about the community and of course money and all that. So I didn't know if that would help us with gaining coaches or
Yeah.
more active.
No, I love that. I think we needed, I think how it's been done though isn't working. Like, and we need to figure out, I want to do that. And I think we need to figure out another way. I don't know if maybe we need to do a happy hour with like people, you know?
I like because it's casual too. Like, who's not going to grab a glass of wine and just chat with us?
Right?
Right.
Tierney and Catherine and I we do Wine Wednesdays.
That's awesome.
We just have like it's kind of like a power hour, but it's like we talk about life, but we also talk about like where we are with our Beachbody stuff. And then like if there's any small goals that we can meet by next Wine Wednesday. And even if it's just getting on for an hour, drinking wine and sending out invites or just like connecting with them. Because Tierney and I work together, but I don't really know Catherine that well. But I'm getting to know her through this because, of course, I mean, you start drinking wine, like
yeah.
That's been really fun, and it helps me just to kind of like I look forward to that every week. So I think that if you have like small groups, like everybody kind of like branch off and just like recruit a couple people and be like, hey, let's just get together with some wine over Zoom, and we don't even have to, there doesn't have to be a specified like topic. It's just, I mean, like you were talking about getting the sense of community. I think it's a really great way to build it is just by starting with building rapport and building relationships instead of just focusing on pushing numbers and getting money and everything like that. If you start developing a relationship, I feel like people are more apt to join in.
Yeah.
For sure. And that's what exactly, like, that's why like weeks 3 and 4, I look forward to it because I'm like, now it's my opportunity to like just sit back and chill and like, and make those like heartfelt connections versus like, and those heartfelt connections, you know, throughout the months, like 2-3 months later, they're the ones that help me hit Success Club in the very beginning of the month, you know? So it's like, it's a nice funnel because like, those connections at the end of the month end up turning into Success Club points later on, a few months down the road in the very beginning of the month because they're natural connections. So like getting together and just being like, hey, grab wine, let's talk. Like, I think that's awesome. And I think that that's something to look at for possibly the 3rd week. But that's cool. You know, like I think that's like, what we do it on Tuesdays, Mondays or Tuesdays.
Even if it's like a 3-day, you know, where we like have 3 different options for happy hour or whatever we want to call it. And it's like, you know, we're just on talk and share and get to know people. I don't know.
Is everyone's rest day on Wednesday? Because if it's on, like, if you're doing the Lift 4 program, I know not everyone is on, like, the same program, but for, I don't know, Wednesday is a rest day, so Tuesday night, drinking, you know, like, it's not that big of a deal because I mean, I just have to go to work, but it's not like I have to do, like, a heavy, intense workout that I need to be, like, hydrated for. So I think Tuesdays would be cool just because of how Lift 4 is set up with the rest day.
I'm with you, and rest day can like be chill, like wine. I think, yeah, and if we keep everything on Tuesdays too, it'd help. But then Leslie, with your 3-day, like that made me think of like the tour of Italy at Olive Garden. Like the Tour de Fit Life Tribe. Like,
yeah. I love it. Like, we're not just like a bunch of people that just want to work out and force you to work out or anything. Like, I want them, I don't know.
Yeah. Okay, so maybe this is something that we need to talk more in depth on for our leadership call on the 7th. So maybe this can be our first thing to do, all these awesome ideas to do, like come talk with us about this business, not about this business, like whatever, like we'll all be here and we'll just be open for a conversation. Obviously there has to be some structure so people, So it's not just like a networking event and people don't feel like they didn't get anything out of it. You know what I mean? Like, time is money at the end of the day. Like, I think we've all figured out, like, the energy we put into people is the energy we'll receive. And if we put energy into the wrong places, we get screwed. So we just got to figure out a framework for this, because it's just how Nikki does it. It doesn't work. And it's obnoxious having 500 people in a Facebook group.
Yeah, I went to that because I'm like, that would overwhelm me. I couldn't even imagine.
Yeah.
Can you get a handle on Julie Kemp, what she does?
Sorry.
She mentioned hers on a live that she did in Beatnik once, and it sounded really good.
Okay.
And clearly she's
Julie
like
Kemp.
top 100 now, so she's doing something.
Julie.
So I have a question.
Yeah.
What happened to the videos that we made at Summit?
I still have them.
Oh, I was gonna say, because that could be contained into one too, if people like want a preview of why like some people did it or why other people's joined, because that's different opinions, different things that you can shoot out without having to worry about getting people on a call.
Definitely. Yeah. No, definitely. That's just haven't found time to do it until. And then I guess the other thing too, y'all. So the third week, how we've been doing the Energized Talks, how we started those on Saturdays right before we stretch, which Taylor helped us all figure something out. It just makes sense for us to like open up the Energized Talks at 9:40 on a Zoom call. That way it can be more of a conversation versus like, here's a live. Like 9:40 Zoom call on Saturdays, we stretch at 10. I'll make sure Heather knows that. But I'm wondering, since I'm going to be doing the other 3 Saturdays, can we do a rotation of someone else doing Saturdays?
Yeah.
Like the third Saturday? I'd love to be able to like just go on a mini vacation every now and again.
Yeah, I think we definitely should rotate the Saturdays. It should never be just one person's responsibility.
Okay. I mean, I do not mind doing it. I got it from the idea from the lady who told me about the Path to Wealth book. And so she's like, but she does it at 8:30 a.m. every Saturday morning herself. She's like, that's just what I do. And I was like, oh my God. Crazy. But and then we can talk about like who's going to do the third Saturday at the next leadership call. It's just I wanted to put that out there.
Yeah.
And then have you guys, last thing, I guess, before we all go, have you guys seen this Christmas in July thing?
Kind of.
I saw it, but what is it? I didn't really look into it.
Oh, I don't know. It's like, invite your discount coaches, invite your customers, and it's like, if they get anything during like those 7 days, they have their name put in a bucket for a prize. So if people are interested in trying something new and they don't know about it, it's a good group to be in so they can hear about it. And on top of that, they can get a prize for getting it. So, I mean, it's a good idea. It's just, I just don't know how to wrap my brain around doing something else right now.
So is it like a volume booster idea for already coaches?
Yes. Yep. That, and then also like, hey, like if you want to try something anyways, you might as well do it and go for a gift as well. So, but I don't know. We have that call tomorrow night now, so we'll be able to report back on it more to you all probably Thursday and figure it out more. Oh my gosh, you guys, thank you. This calendar thing was bothering me so much. Because I guess I'm seeing like, and Leslie, I know we talked about this a little bit today, but like I'm seeing like just this a little bit of a disconnect when we're like trying to like get our coaches to like move, and like these new coaches were like, hey girl, like you said you wanted this, why aren't you doing the trainings? Why aren't you doing this? And it's just like, how do we coach our coaches, right? Like how do we coach our coaches to coach their coaches, right? Like it's getting to that point. And it's like there's this like separation of how to be nice and how to be nice and how to be a friend. And hey, like you said these were your goals. So what do we need to do to help you hit these goals, you know? So like I've been needing to have talks. I've needed to have hard conversational talks with some of these new people that have come on that they say that they want it. And it comes down to, they just don't want to hustle. That's just what it comes down to. And I've had to like get that real with them where I'm like, so if this is your goal, this is what you have to do. And we'll reverse engineer their goals. And you guys, I had a terrible experience, like literally like watched a girl have a bipolar meltdown on one of these Zoom calls. I like had to go into hiding for 3 days because she just like the world all of a sudden hit her in the face. Like, oh my God, all of a sudden I have to hustle. Like I have to show, I don't just get a paycheck. And I was like, honey, like, I know you're pretty, but like, come on, like this, I'm grossed out right now, not to mention scared. So it was one of those things where it's like, when is pulling and letting go that separation, you know? So in the trainings, if we see any of our coaches go on there, I've made it a point, like 2 weeks, getting started right call. This is the time that it's at. You have 8 days of trainings, you know? So like, here's the time. This is when we're meeting. This is what's happening. Because after that, like, I can't give any more time and energy into it. You know what I mean? Like, when y'all start, like, hitting this ground running with all the discount coaches, like, you're not going to have time to chase people, especially your coaches, you know? So, I don't know, does that make anyone feel uncomfortable, like, coaching coaches at all? Or, like, is anyone seeing, like, a hardship with this in their business?
I am, but I know there's things like, I don't know. I feel like I'm checking in. I'm seeing where they're at. They're doing the trainings, but it's like, okay, trying to like, what do you need from me is what I keep asking. Like, how can I help you?
I think that's a thing that we have to realize is maybe they don't need anything. You know, maybe you've done all that you can do. You've shown up. This tribe is amazing. And if they aren't succeeding, that's on them. It's not on you. It's not. Not. And as soon as we understand that, I think the better off we'll be. And we'll be able to put our energy into people that do want to be here.
Yeah.
Damn, Mallory, you're so good. So good. Love when you just like hit it with the truth.
No, you're absolutely right, though. I mean, you should talk to Jessie, too, because Jessie will give people 100% until she realizes that they're not doing jack shit. And she has been, like, blessing and releasing everybody. Yeah. Because she's like, I want quality, not quantity. Yep. And she's like, I'm not going to hold hands with people that don't want to do the work, you know.
No.
I mean?
You can't hold a hand. If you have to hold their hand, they're never going to make it.
And you can't sit at home and think all these challenge packs are going to fall in your lap. They're not.
No.
You know, it's so I wish they would, but they don't. you gotta do it. Gotta do the stuff.
Yeah, you gotta do the damn thing. No, you're right, and I know we need to all like stop like feeling like we're pulling teeth. But when that whole like bipolar thing happened with me, I was like, I have put myself into a position where I was like back with my ex-fiance. Like, I am in an energy like terrible force field where I'm reaching out to someone who doesn't understand that they're literally just fighting with themselves. So, you know, we don't have time for that. So Matt and Mallory, I appreciate you for that. Cool. I mean, yeah, I think if anything, like if we can just help our coaches understand to let their, like, have them hold their coaches accountable to that 2-week mark in the trainings. And if they need help on how to have a getting started right call, that's where we can step in. But otherwise, like if that's not a thing, we have to like back away. Just helping them learn how to onboard and have them hold those people accountable. There's that. Next leadership call, if you guys wanted to talk about like having like little team calls, like Leslie, like your team's growing. Britt and Taylor, your team's growing. Mallory, your team's growing. Like if we just want to have like team calls, and I was thinking, I was like, how fun would it be if we actually had like mini team like competitions at some point? You know what I mean? Like that'd be so fun.
I want to win.
I'm putting it out there in the universe. Oh, cool, guys. Is there anything else? Thank you for. I've been stressed the last few days trying to like do this. Think about this. I was like, I can't move forward until we all talk.
The team.
Yeah. The team. All right, y'all. Cool. We're on an hour. We're hitting an hour. Perfect. Sweet. Okay. So leadership call the 7th, tribe-wide call the 14th, and then push to Emerald influencer call on the 28th of August. So I'll see you all. Be back in 2 weeks.
Perfect.
Good.
Love y'all.
Woo.
See you guys. Bye.